How we doing, guys? And the Premier League is back Sunday, and it doesn't get any bigger, does it, in terms of Premier League prestige and history? Manchester United against Arsenal. I can't wait. And listen, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a combined 11. Some might say it's a little bit, pointless when Manchester United finished 15th last season. But when these big games come around, you've got to try and be as, open and honest as you can and not be biased, shall we say. But listen, Arsenal bought some players. Manchester United have bought some players. So there's going to be some discussions around those. There could be some injuries. Who knows? I'm going to get into the 11, break it down, my reasoning. In terms of the formation, I will go with pretty much what Mikel Arteta goes with, and which is what the majority go with. I know Manchester United predominantly play with 3 at the back, but we're going to go with that 4, the 2, whether they work as a double pivot or that kind of number 8. The number 10, your right and your left winger, and then the striker up front. And yeah, I think everybody understands that in modern football, things do move around and there's a lot of versatility and a lot of pieces to the jigsaw as the game, unfolds. But you get the gist of it at the end of the day. So listen, starting off in goal, and I think this is probably going to be the easiest selection that even Manchester United fans would not sit and have an argument with. David Raya or Onana. It's very, very simple. It's David Raya. Golden Glove 2 years running, and he is just an exceptional goalkeeper, and he is a million miles better than Onana. It's that simple. We could even sit here and have a debate over Kepa and Onana because Kepa's better. Onana is a terrible, terrible goalkeeper, and it's that simple. There's nobody putting Onana ahead of Raya in a combined 11. Let's move on. Right back, again, I feel this is quite a pretty straightforward one for me. When you're looking at Manchester United, I know they've got Mazraoui, and I really do like him, but I don't think he's actually going to be involved. From what I've heard, he got injured in America and he hasn't been seen since. And then you've got the likes of Dalot, and they're going to be going up against the likes of Ben White or Jurriën Timber. And neither of them getting ahead of Ben White or Jurriën Timber. It's that simple. For this team, I'm going to go with Jurriën Timber because last season he was exceptional and he's right up there with one of the best right backs in the Premier League. And it's that simple. Moving into the centre-back positions. And again, I do feel this is just very, very simple. And, you've got Manchester United, you've got the likes of Harry Maguire, you've got De Ligt, you've got Martinez, who everybody calls the butcher, but yet he's more of a vegan than anything else. You've got Aiden Heaven, who, of course, was Arsenal, Hale End, picked up an injury last time out, and I don't know if he's going to be available. So in terms of, those kind of centre-back pairings, Lenny Yoro as well, really like him. But none of those would get in ahead of William Saliba and Gabriel. It's that simple. They are the best 2 centre-back pairing in the Premier League. It's really that simple. The least goals conceded 2 years running. And you can sit there all day long and go, oh, what a trophy, and all the rest of it. But the facts are there. The stats are there. They are the 2 best pairing. And it doesn't matter who Manchester United have there. None of them would break that centre-back pairing at all. It's that simple. Moving to the left-back position. And of course, with Manchester United, I think you've got the likes of Luke Shaw, nowhere near the player that he was back in the day. I don't even know who else they've got there. But you're going to be going up against the likes of Calafiori and Miles Lewis-Skelly. And for me, it's a clean sweep for the whole back five, including the goalkeeper. And it would have to be Miles Lewis-Skelly. Now, I actually don't think he'll probably start the game, given the emergence of Calafiori. And if he's fit, he's so good. But it's just getting him to stay fit. That's the issue. But Miles Lewis-Skelly last season was exceptional. Breakthrough season. Had a bit of a slow pre-season, but the ability is still there without any shadow of a doubt. And if you're comparing him up to Manchester United players, Miles Lewis-Skelly gets in ahead all day long. And it's that simple, really. Moving into the midfield, and first of all, we're going to do that kind of defensive midfield. And I think with Manchester United, you've got the likes of Ugarte, Casemiro, Kobe Mainu. I don't know what his actual position is. Is it that deep playing, player, or is it more advanced? Manchester United fans tell me I think it's a little bit more advanced. So I'm going to look at Ugarte and Casemiro. And with Arsenal, you can pick one of the two. It's Zubimendi or Declan Rice. And Zubimendi all day long. And this doesn't just go with what I've seen in pre-season. You only have to go back to the Euros against England. And when Zubimendi was introduced, he's an exceptional footballer, and he's better than them too. Casemiro, what I will say is that what he's achieved and what he once was, is obviously the Casemiro not that you see now. So no disrespect to him, he's just not the player he was at Real Madrid. And at the end of the day, listen, like I said, Zubimendi is just immense. And he starts all day long. Next up, we're going to go on that right of the midfield three, kind of a number 10. And I think it's between two players, and that's Bruno Fernandes and Martin Odegaard. And this is where Manchester United will get their first player in the combined 11, Bruno Fernandes. I think he had a very, very good season last year. And, considering Manchester United finished 15th, if there was a positive, it would probably be Bruno Fernandes. A lot of talk about him possibly leaving, decided to stay. And he's the heartbeat of the side. Now, Martin Odegaard, I love the guy. I think he's an exceptional footballer. But last season, he was way off it. He was nowhere near the levels that he has set and can even get to. We started to see more of the old Martin Odegaard towards the end of the season, but you balance on it, and Bruno Fernandes all day long. It's that simple. Next to him in that left of the midfield, kind of number 8, plays a double pivot with the 6. Declan Rice, of course, Kobe Mainu, Mason Mount. Is he more central or winger? I don't really know. But listen, let's just, stop the talk and Declan Rice. It's that simple. Declan Rice walks into any Manchester United team all day long. That simple. Let's just move on because it's not even a debate. On the right-hand side, of course, with Arsenal, you're going to have the likes of Bukayo Saka. I suppose you can throw Madueke in there. And with Manchester United, of course, they have their new signing in Mbeumo. You've got Ahmad as well. And listen, I really like Mbeumo. I think he's a quality player. He had an exceptional season at Brentford. But would he get ahead of Bukayo Saka? No, absolutely not. And when you watch Bukayo Saka in pre-season, last time out in particular, you're starting to see, the Bukayo Saka before he picked up that unfortunate injury last season. But the consistency, season after season after season, Bukayo Saka is just levels ahead. When you're talking about Ahmad, who I think he's a decent player, but he's nowhere near the levels of Bukayo Saka. If you're going to have a debate with Madueke and Ahmad, but don't even put him in the same conversation as Bukayo Saka, because that's an insult. And then Mbumo, like I said, I really do like him. I think he had a fantastic season, and I think he will do well at Manchester United. But on that right-hand side, he is not getting ahead of Bukayo Saka. It's that simple. On the left-hand side, I suppose, with Arsenal, again, you could look at Madueke, but it would be predominantly Martinelli and Trossard. And I feel that with Manchester United, could it be a Mason Mount? Garnacho, I'm not even going to include him because he's going to be out the door soon. But it's another new signing, Matheus Cunha. Again, another player that I really like, and a player that I felt had a fantastic season at Wolves. And if you're putting him up against the likes of Martinelli and Trossard based on last season, then you're going to have to bring in Cunha to the combined 11. It's very difficult to talk about his Manchester United career because he hasn't got any goals or anything during pre-season and whatnot. But that's not to say that he's not going to have a great season. So you kind of base it from last season because he's a new player and what he's done before and everything else. But it's been well documented, especially by me, that Martinelli and Trossard have not, lived up to what we expect. I feel that Cunha would get into the combined 11, and that's 2 Manchester United players. And that leaves us with the striker position. Of course, we both have new strikers, and ironically, they're probably the other way round that we all thought they would be. A lot of Manchester United fans thought they would have signed Gyökeres, and a lot of Arsenal fans thought that we would have signed Benjamin Sesko. But as it transpires, we've signed Victor Gyökeres, and Manchester United have signed Benjamin Sesko. Now, I don't know if Sesko will be involved. I think he'll be on the bench, but I don't know if, he'll start the game. Hasn't played for Manchester United at all. No pre-season, literally just joined them. So he would have had a week's training, which is probably about 4 or 5 sessions. Will it be enough to throw him in there? Who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me if he's on the bench, and it's just a little too soon. You've got the likes of Rasmus Højlund and Xerxes, and listen, Rasmus Højlund. Listen, let's take him out of the debate with Victor Gyökeres, because there is none. We don't even put him in a debate with Kai Havertz. Let's put him in a debate with Mikel Moreno. And if I was to pick one of the two out of Rasmus Højlund or Mikel Moreno, I'm picking Mikel Moreno all day long. So let's leave him out of this conversation in terms of who you would have as a striker in a combined 11, because Rasmus Højlund is terrible. And that is very simple. But yeah, like I said, you've got the likes of Kai Havertz. I think if you're comparing him up to Benjamin Sesko, then right now you would have to say Kai Havertz would be ahead of Sesko. But the one for me would be Victor Gyökeres, and his statistics don't lie. The goals he scored don't lie. He's had a good few weeks with the team now during pre-season. Got his first goal last time out. He's looking sharper. He's looking like he's really starting to integrate within the side. And I feel that if you were to, put all of these players together, then Victor Gyökeres would be in your starting 11 if you combined the both of them. It's as simple as that. It'll be interesting when we play Manchester United next time round and we do this, and then we see how things have panned out for everybody. But for now, absolutely no chance. Victor Gyökeres all day long gets into the combined 11. So listen, that's it for the combined 11. I think that's perfectly honest. And I think if Manchester United fans are honest, they will agree with it. At the end of the day, you've got 2 players in there with 9 from Arsenal. You're a team that finished 15th. And I don't even think you're a team that's going to finish in the top 4. Things might change if you do get a goalkeeper in and you get Belieber in. You might have to reevaluate that, and you might be pushing that top 4. But where you've sorted out some areas in the attacking sense, midfield, and, you know, defensively, and the goalkeeper in particular is still terrible. So at the end of the day, yeah, listen, I think that's a very, very strong lineup if you combine them. David Raya in goal, Jurriën Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Zubamendi, Declan Rice. You've got Bukayo Saka, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got Mateus Cunha, and then you've got Victor Gyökeres up front. What more can I say? Let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. It's that simple. So there we go. Keep an eye out for the preview. Keep an eye out for something else that's coming for Sunday. Everybody's been saying they want to see it return. All will be revealed. It's returning for Sunday. I cannot wait. But yeah, the season's back. I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing for it. The season's back, and you don't get no bigger than this in terms of its history. Manchester United and Arsenal. So there we go. Listen, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on the video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.